It is a panic purchase. There's no better way to put it. It was not going to be worth $4,000 or $5,000. I didn't want to risk that. For those of you who are new here, my name is Chris. Today I'm going to be talking about the Panasonic Lumix S1RII, and I will be comparing it to the Panasonic Lumix S5IIX. I have only had this S1RII for a few days. This was a little bit of a panic purchase because of the tariffs. And I knew that I wanted to get the S1RII. I just thought I had a little bit more time, but because of the potential price increase, I went ahead and justified the cost of it. In order to purchase this, I had to make some tough decisions, and I decided to sell the rest of my Fujifilm gear. I hope that doesn't upset anyone from my regular audience. As I've stated before, Fujifilm always has a way of coming back into my camera gear. While it has already met and exceeded my expectations for photography from a video standpoint, I was finishing a review that I was already working on for the S5IIX when I decided to make this purchase. So I used this camera to sort of finish up the talking head portion. While I was shooting that video, I was 20 minutes into the video shooting at 6.2K open gate. The tally light started to blink at me. It was overheating. I've never had the S5IIX overheat in this same studio space. Video editor Chris here with the S1RII. I was able to find in the settings under the gear icon, the fifth item down, which looks a little bit like a radio signal. That is I/O or in out. I'm not sure why the fan would be under I/O, but here it is. It was defaulted to Auto 2, and Auto 2 is supposed to turn on and off as needed for overheating. So I switched it to Auto 1, and hopefully that will help with the overheating issue. I wanted to point out that there is an option, that there is a way to control it. However, I still think it's weird that it overheated. The S5IIX, which I'm using right here, has never overheated. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're purchasing this for video, you might look at the S5II and S5IIX. I've never had this overheat ever. I've had it in here recording for 30, 40 minutes before, and it's never overheated, where this overheated at 19 minutes. Something to keep in mind. These two bodies are so similar, and this includes the S5II as well. If you bought a cage for the S5II or S5IIX, the cage will work on the S1RII. So they share a lot of similarities. One of my complaints of the S5IIX, one of the things that drew me to it, which is the all blacked out look. And while the all blacked out look is really cool looking, and I love it when I'm actually using the camera, especially when I'm using the camera in the mountains doing landscape photography, not being able to see the dials because they're all grayed out is a negative. There are some instances where the light hits it in such a way that you can't see the dial settings at all. You have to completely use the screen to see if you're on a custom setting or manual or aperture. The only other way is to just sort of tilt your, whole camera and tripod and everything to try to see. So that is a bummer that these dials are actually hard to read. In stark contrast is the S1RII and the S5II with these white labels. You can see these white labels very clearly, and so that is a huge benefit. Another photography first bonus to the S1RII over the S5IIX is it does have the flip out screen, so you can do video like self, vlogging style video. But the screen also has the other axis tilt as well. So you can look down into the LCD and frame your shot that way, or look up above you and frame your shot that way, which feels a million times more natural to me as a photographer than the flip out screen ever feels. They added more video functionality. For example, there is a tally light on the front. There is a button for quick record on the front. Something else that is really nice with the S5II and S5IIX, they have your PASM dial as well as custom settings, but a lot of the custom settings that you have to do, since they share a single dial for video and photo, is bury a bunch of your custom settings underneath custom 3. And so if you have things for video, for photo, you can use up a lot of the custom settings in one single dial, and it becomes kind of a mess. The S1R2 takes care of this by putting this dial on the left so you can go from photo mode, video mode, S&Q mode. The fact that they share one dial but in their different unique modes is really nice. I am probably keeping my S5IIX, especially because of that overheating issue. They are fantastic cameras. You know, if you're not going out to the mountains, you're not doing landscape work, you're not doing things where you need that extra crop, really look at the S5II and S5IIX. They are much less expensive, perfectly capable. Actually, the performance of the S5IIX when I would do landscape work was so great that it made me comfortable with getting rid of my Fujifilm X-T5. It's a great camera. I can highly recommend it. But my S1R2 has already given me exactly what I was hoping for. I took a photo with my furthest zoom lens that I have, which is 200 millimeters, and I was still pretty far away from this mountain peak, and I was able to crop into it, and there's a lot of detail in that mountain peak, and I'm pretty happy with that. So that's it. That's my video. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please remember to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know if I helped you at all or if I've just made your life a little more complicated. And as always, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye. This is not the S1R2. How do I keep doing that? That's crazy.